with Seth and Amy. So, I guess I should ask, are you like ready to jump back into it, or do you need to like
let me
get
just
into
see.
it?
Really?
You got it. You got it. All right.
Freedom of speech is one of the foundational principles that this country was built on, and it's one of those freedoms that the rest of the world does not enjoy.
Well, nepotism, I guess I need you to go into a little bit further detail about that.
Nepotism also applies to friendship. Nepotism applies to friendships.
Yeah.
Raul mentioned that in our meetings.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you mean when you hear these types of rumors and then you hear about certain people attending barbecues and certain people helping you move, and then you hear about all these things, do you think that people don't think... I'll tell you what right now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't think I have a chance in hell to promote in this organization. Years of working here, and you said earlier that you have been watching and studying things for 8 years. And I didn't hear my name in your plan. You're saying that plan
You ever come talk to me?
I don't need to, Robert.
Hey,
you know why I don't need to? Because there's a process in place for when promotions happen. And when that comes out, when it officially comes out, I prepare for it.
Okay.
Okay? There's no need to like go help you move or go to barbecues with you or
Hold on.
or go get your advice
Hold on.
or do these things.
So you're insinuating that...
I'm just telling you the way it looks, and it doesn't look that way just to me. It's called it's sowing the seed of impropriety when this types of things happens.
Okay,
A barbecue all by itself doesn't mean anything, but when that person who attends your barbecue starts telling everybody that there's this plan in place to promote these certain people, that's when things get very, very, very ugly. So, hey, I'm just telling you that it doesn't look right. It does not look right.
Keyshawn? Why didn't you come to tell me that?
Here I am today, Robert.
Only because I called the meeting.
No, you didn't call the meeting. We asked for the meeting through Jason.
You've been a great leader and a really inspiring mentor for me.
Let's get that right, Robert.
No,
that's what happened.
What you said, and I immediately
Did that happen? Okay, did that happen? Did we ask for a meeting with Robert?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so
I think
here we are.
I think what he's talking about is that from what I understand is he heard this was going on before we talked, and I didn't know that. When I brought it up to him, he told me that he'd already heard it. And
well, everybody's hearing it, Robert.
Nepotism, okay? Let's go back to nepotism, okay? And this is from a friend of mine. Nepotism describes favoritism shown to friends or relatives in employment decision-making. It is possibly most profound with the subjective selection criteria, is employed to overlook the adequate qualifications of a suitable candidate for the lower level qualifications of another well-connected employee.
Okay. Well, nepotism actually comes from a Latin word that means nephew, which historically has meant family.
My name is Davis, and I'm stupid.
point here. Again, since no process has even been made yet, I don't, it would be impossible to be giving favoritism to somebody when something hasn't even taken place yet.
We do have a great police department, as all of you know, and those who are watching us on Facebook and TV4, there's a ton of support for this police department in our community.
So I'm telling you right now, there is going to be a process, and it's going to be a fair process. It's going to be a process that's put out that everybody, whoever wants to put in for it, can test for it.
Can I ask you about that process? The questions that are going to come out, whatever questions, who comes up with them?
Well, historically, it's either been Dennis, the chief, me.
Now, based on everything that we're hearing today, wouldn't it be fair for you to recuse yourself as far as coming up with these questions? The fair thing to do is what I'm saying. And trust me, I was very optimistic. I was excited for the chief.
Don't blow smoke up my ass.
No, I'm not blowing smoke up the ass, no.
Hey, I'm not blowing smoke up your ass.
Yes, you're correct, you're not blowing anything up into my anus hole. This is a street that have one direction, okay, like the band, one direction. And the direction is out, from the body out to the world.
I was glad that there's a changing in the freaking guard here. I thought it was going to be good. I wasn't included either. Scott and I weren't included in these rumors. Yet I have the most experience here, and Scott's well experienced as well.
Okay, I guess
I mean, what I'm trying to say is, if there is going to be a fair process, are you going to be the one that's going? Are you going to be involved in the handling of the questions?
Am I going to be setting up the overall process? Yeah.
Okay. That was a question I had.
Well, and to answer one of the questions you guys had, at least on my part, like I told you in the meeting, I think I did exactly what Ed and Nick did, as I talked to Toby. And at no point, like I told you, I haven't got anything from Robert as far as the testing procedures or anything. I told Robert, either way, I would like to test for captain. If I didn't get it, I'm assuming I'm going to go back to IA. So he knew where my stance is, so I think the insinuations are that there was some type of advantage given. I've got nothing from Robert as far as what the testing process is, what's going to happen. I tested before with Ed and Nick, and I know they're both good at testing. So I have no way told anybody that I expect to be captain above these guys.
Going back to some things you said earlier about how people are coming to you, and that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. Great, but there's a process, and I just don't think it's appropriate that everybody, and I brought this to Brian Williamson's attention when it happened, everybody can just run over to Toby and say, look at me, look what I can do, look at this, look at that. You know, I went to him because I heard that line level officers were going over there. That was frowned upon in this organization for a very, very long time. And I told Brian, I said, you just wait, man, you're leaving? Shit's gonna get crazy around here. And I was correct. I was correct, because for officers to go over there, for sergeants to go over there, Brad Holdway, Marv Harris, to me, the fix is in. That's my opinion.
This is a very disappointing turn of events for the definitely appreciate Mayor Brady and the council members who support you and who will support us in the future.
I think a lot of these things are inappropriate that are going on. I think they're absolute.
For what, Scott?
There are things going on, Robert, that have historically not gone on in this organization. People do not run over to Toby and I'm not accusing you of that. I'm not accusing you of that. I'm just telling you. I think there's a lot of inappropriate activity going on. For example, you talked about how these people come to your office. I also know a lot about supervision and management, and I don't need an education or a degree to do that. So when an officer comes to you and has aspirations, you know, part of leadership and management is to say, hey, have you expressed these aspirations to your direct supervisor? And try to work things out that way. I think where, you know, I don't know where Rawls coming from with the actual sending mortgage to the academy situation is, but I think when you're managing and running an organization, it's important to make sure people pay their dues to a certain level, right? You have FTOs and general instructors who should go to that academy out in front of mortgage. No, they haven't. They haven't all gone. Mortgage has gotten in front of some of these people. At least that's my understanding of it. He's out in front of them, and those people also feel slighted. They feel slighted. So it's just there should be a process in place where people come to the organization, they get their experience, and they work up through whatever their aspirations are, whether that's to be an FTO or a trainer. There's a process in place for that. But just to send, hey, you came to me, I'm going to send you first, I just think it's inappropriate, Robert.
I didn't send him first, Scott. It's already set up. He already had his FTO set up to go down there on certain class times. I don't know how that came about. I don't know who set up which classes they're going to. But when a guy says, hey, I would like to be a general instructor, I would like to do this and that, if I have the ability to get them somewhere, to help them in that process, I will do it. I would do it for anybody.
But don't you think it's appropriate to work with the FTO coordinator to say,
Why?
hey,
It's
this...
not an FTO.
Okay. I'm totally off base then. I apologize.
Well, he's not an FTO.
He's the FTO coordinator. He's involved in training.
Okay.
He's involved in identifying who those people are.
He's scheduled to go there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
well, I'm obviously missing what you're.
I know.
The mortgage thing came about by Morin. Morin came and asked me, hey, why aren't the FTOs coming in and shadow me? They have a mortgage doing this. I have no idea. So I just assumed that Jan. Assigned them to it because that's who I go to. And she has been, you know, for the most part putting FTOs in there. But my question for that was, because Morin wants to eventually get rid of that class, so I actually wanted an actual FTO to take that one because Morin wants to step back from that so they can actually start teaching it on a regular basis.
And that's fine. You came to me and told me about how you wanted to have the FTOs go down there. I said, it's a great idea. Let's do it.
I agree. That did happen. So my only question was, I guess this would go back to Mortgage being one of the guys that was taken over to your office, and you know, along with Marv, and that's what got me to think, well, maybe that.
It is not the speech that we agree with that needs protecting. It's the speech that we disagree with that needs protecting at all cost.